Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Guru Charitra. With the blessings of Guru, we are moving on to chapter 7, story of King Mitrasaha. Namadaraka expressed his desire to know more about the greatness of Gokarna and Gokarneshwar. Hence, Siddha continued. Mitrasaha was a straightforward and a brave king of Ikshaku Kula. His subjects were fearless and happy during his reign. One day, while he was hunting in the forest, an Asura stopped him and challenged for a fight, but was killed by Mitrasaha, his relative, in order to avenge the Asura's death, disguised as a cook and joined the palace of Mitrasaha. One day, when King Mitrasaha performed Shraddha to his father, he ordered his cook to perform meat, goat flesh for the Shraddha and invited Rishi Vashishta to grace Shraddha and accept the food. The cook, who was waiting to take revenge, cooked human flesh and served to Rishi Vashishta, who got very angry with the king and cursed him to become a Brahma Rakshasa. Hearing this, the king was angry with Rishi Vashishta and said, "O Rishi, my cook committed this sin without my knowledge, but you have cursed me who am innocent." When the king, taking water in his hand, was about to curse the Rishi, his wife immediately interfered and said, "It is a great sin to curse one's guru, as he is the only person to guide us to the salvation. Kindly apologize your guru for your deed." Realizing his mistake, the king poured the water he had taken in his palm to curse on his feet. His feet turned black. He was therefore called as Kalmashapada. King Mitrasaha and his wife Madayanti prostrated to Guru Vashishta and requested him for a way to get relieved of the curse. The Rishi realized that erroneously he cursed the king, and as the curse once given cannot be withdrawn, reduced its intensity and told the king that he will be a Brahma Rakshasa for 12 years and thereafter will be relieved of the curse. Mitrasaha alias Kalmashapada in the form of Brahma Rakshasa lived in a forest. One day when he was hungry, he saw a Brahmin and his wife walking through the forest. He grabbed the Brahmin to devour him. His wife requested him to release her husband and instead offer herself as his food. The Rakshasa did not pay heed to her request and consumed the Brahmin. His distressed wife cursed the Rakshasa, saying, "O Brahma Rakshasa, I know you are King Mitrasaha. After you regain your original form, when you approach with your wife, you too shall die." Cursing him thus, she too gave up her life. After 12 years, the king regained his original form and returned to his country. One day, he told his wife and ministers about the curse. He sought a way to get relieved of it. Vashishta advised him to go on a pilgrimage. Throughout the trip, the king made generous charity and other austerities, yet he was not relieved of Brahmati. The king reached Mithila and prostrating to Rishi Gautama sought a relief for the dosha. The Rishi replied, "O king, don't worry. You may proceed to Gokarna. By mere utterance of its name, one's curse is wiped off. All the water bodies there are holy tirthas, and all the stones Shivalingas, Trimurtis worship there, and all devatas perform penance. On the east entrance of the temple, sun, moon, and Ashtavasus are present. On the south, Agni, Yama, Rudras, and forefathers. On the west, Varuna, Ganga, and holy rivers. Ishana on the west, Kubera, Vayu, and Chandi on the north. All these devatas worship the Lord daily. Lord Mahabaleshwar is worshipped by all deities. Rishis like Atri, Narada, Mansi, Maharishis, and Brahmarishis worship the Lord. He is worshipped by many rishis and sannyasis. Gokarna is the supreme sacred place in this universe. Sri Mahabaleshwar was white in Krita Yuga, red in Treta Yuga, yellow in Dwapara Yuga, and black in Kali Yuga. Immediately on worshipping him, one is relieved of all his sins. He must be worshipped on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, full moon day, and on the first day of each solar month, Masa Sankrama day. If one worships the Lord on Mahashivratri with Vilva leaves, he will attain all pleasures. Hearing this, king asked, "O Maharshi, are you aware of anyone who was relieved of the essence? Please tell me their story." The Rishi said, "O king, once I went on a pilgrimage to Gokarna along with others. We were resting underneath a tree. A blind lady with leprosy came tumbling and died under the tree. To our surprise, the escorts of Shiva came down with palanquin to take her to Kailasa. We were surprised, and the lady did not have any indication of being a worshipper of Lord Shiva. We requested the Shivaganas to narrate her story. It is as follows. Her name was Saudamini and was a Brahmin lady in her earlier birth. She was very beautiful and knowledgeable. Her father could not find a suitable groom for her and married her to a poor Brahmin boy. He died within 2 years of marriage. With her beauty and young age, she could not live alone and started to live unlawfully. So her parents and relatives abandoned her, and at one stage she started living together with a low-born man. Then she found company of a wealthy man and restored to alcohol and non-vegetarian food daily. One day, in drunken state, she killed a calf thinking it to be a goat. Cooking its flesh, she kept aside its head for the next day. The next day, realizing her mistake, she buried the head of the calf in the ground and told everyone that the calf was killed by a wild animal. She lived a miserable life and died. In her next birth, she was born as a blind and a leper. As she was loitering from place to place to seek alms, she joined a group of devotees who were proceeding to Gokarna. She thought that she would earn money if she went there, as the crowd are very heavy. It was Mahashivratri, and therefore Saudamini could not get any food from pilgrims. One pilgrim moved her by pitiful sight, told that being Mahashivratri she could not get any food. Saying so, he dropped 2 vilva leaves on a plate. She was hungry, as she did not eat anything the whole day. And at midnight, in a frustration and anger, threw the leaves away, which fell on a nearby Shivlinga. As she was starving the whole day and thought unknowingly offered the Vilva leaves on Shivlinga on Shivratri, all her sins vanished and she attained mukti. So we are taking her to Kailasa. Narrating the story, the Rishi told Mitrasaha to go to Gokarna. Mitrasaha went to Gokarna and worshipped Lord Mahabaleshwar and was relieved of all sins. The Siddha told Namadaraka that in order to purify the world of its sins, Guru Sri Padavallabha stayed in Gokarna for a long time. Let us wind up for today, and tomorrow we'll see chapter number 8, Worship during Pradosha. Om Shri Sainathaya Namaha.